Hey folks, so let's talk about Dhanishta Nakshatra today. And what is Dhanishta Nakshatra? Well, if you're new to my channel, why is it that two zodiac signs think differently? Why is it that two people of Aquarius zodiac sign will think differently, or two people of Capricorn sign would think differently? That's because each zodiac sign is about 30 degrees long, meaning in layman's term is 30 feet long. And that 30 feet is divided into 2.5 sections. And each of those sections are controlled by different planets. So if Aquarius is controlled by Saturn, then you'll have 3 other divisions in that, sections that are controlled by different type of planets. And this is why people born in when their sun or moon was in a certain degree versus the other degree of this zodiac sign would think differently. Okay, so during your birth time, wherever moon was placed, that is considered most important. It's degrees, because moon is your mind. Moon is how you think, how you relate to people, how you emotionally respond to your ambience. It's not your personality really is developed by your thinking, your moon. So even though sun is important, but we give more emphasis to the Vedic system to the moon. So during your birth time, when moon was between Capricorn 23.21 degrees all the way to 6.40 degrees of Aquarius, between these two zodiac signs, it was in the constellation called Dhanishta. Okay, so the moon is this constellation is controlling a little bit of Capricorn and then a little bit of Aquarius, and the planet that controls this particular constellation is Mars. Okay, so Mars, so you have Capricorn Aquarius ruled by Saturn, but now Mars comes into play in the middle of those two. Okay, and the symbolism of this is drums or flute, and the deity that controls this is the deity of earthly abundance. Okay, so let's find out how these people think like compared to other Aquarius, or how the Capricorn think like this compared to other Capricorns. So one interesting fact that I've heard, about this particular nakshatra is that the least amount of people are born in this particular constellation when their moon was going through it. This and Nakshatra are the two signs. Now, is it true? No, it's just something I've heard from a couple of people who are proficient in, Vedic astrology. But these people, are all about beating their own drum. And that's what the symbolism is, the drum. Like, they just beat their own drum, they march to their own drum, meaning they're very happy-go-lucky type of people. These guys are able to come out through any adverse situation because of the fact Mars is controlling this constellation in these zodiac signs. And Mars is all about the willpower. Mars is all about fighting through. But when they fight through ease. They fight through, playing the flute, and they go and steer through life. And this is why this is a very easygoing nakshatra who really doesn't have to, fight a lot. They fight, but they don't realize they're fighting hard. They're just like fighting through it, and they're having a good time. And so this nakshatra becomes a lot about social events and communication. They love group organizing things. They love to be a leader of a group, but they want a group. They make a lot of friends. They love having a lot of friends, and this is how through friends they expand their knowledge. And this is what this nakshatra represents, that through making contacts through various personality, various people from scientific background, artistic background, musical background, or engineering background, they try to develop their mind through these kind of networks. So their true knowledge actually comes from interacting with people. So they become very bubbly personality, very much about making good and useful intellectual contacts. So while in the Capricorn energy, when moon is from 23.21 all the way to 30 degrees of Capricorn, they're all about fighting through to gain knowledge. Okay, because Capricorn is a kind of a harsh sign for the moon, but yet the moon is getting out from that, and Mars is there now controlling. So it's giving Moon a fighting power to steer through and to learn and fight through and go through whatever they have to in order to gain knowledge. But when Moon comes into Aquarius, then it's like, okay, now that I've fought my way through it, okay, let's find out about the world. Let's find out about the knowledge. Let's see what we can learn out there in the social group and social settings. So usually, in relationships, especially, a romantic relationship, they may come out as somebody who's just kind of, kind of not an airhead, but they just don't really care as much about, particular relationship. But that the reason behind this is that this nakshatra is all about, learning through social group settings and social events. So for their version of a romantic situation would be to have their girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife go out in a group setting, go out somewhere there are a lot of people and they can interact. They're not one of those Cancer or Scorpio type love where they have to be in an intimate, private, settings and a candlelight dinner and just them and the other person connecting deeply. These guys are all about relating intellectually in a setting where there are a lot of other minds and brains are out there. So yeah, these people love going out to clubs and dancing, especially when the Moon is in the Aquarius side of things. And career-wise too, they actually make good salesmen because they love the public life. They love talking to people, and so they are very good at talking and making friends, quick friends. They make very good engineers, because we have the influence of Saturn with Mars. Mars represents, engineering, and Saturn represents metal. So they become very good engineers, and they have the brain to, to adapt to that learning of engineering. Okay, but like I said, in romance, they come out as cold. People feel they're not as romantic because they're not as attached. Okay, in romance, they're not as attached to their partner as somebody who might be with their Moon in their nakshatra or the constellation being ruled by Moon or other Mars or like Mixtura, Pushya nakshatra in more deep water signs. Okay, so this is why they're all about having a relationship that can intellectually progress them, and also they like having a partner who loves to go out and experience other people. So these people love having their boyfriend, girlfriends, husband, wife go out on a party in a lounge and just have a good time there. They're not about that. Of course there are, because if there's other planetary influence on it, then yeah, they would love that intimate settings. So again, never judge even a person based on just a constellation, because there are other planets in the chart, in their birth chart, that are working and influencing this Moon. What if Mars is sitting with it? What if Venus is sitting with this Moon? Things change. So obviously don't judge it by this, but this is like a very basic piece of the puzzle for this constellation. And this is why they usually find a lot of luck in life, because of the fact they're always positive. They're always thinking, no matter, even if they're depressed, they will not show you that they're depressed. They will still, you will feel like these guys are always on the same plane. Now you can never see their mood swings, yet internally they might be going through a lot of mood swings, but they're just all about, I can steer through this. I can sing a flute and just go out of this hard time, and eventually I will come out as a as a winner. So this is what happens with this nakshatra, and it's a very positive, good thing to have your Moon in this nakshatra, because if, let's say, you go through a divorce, you go through a relationship breakup, you will not feel so depressed and down versus somebody who is in the Mrigashira nakshatra, somebody who's in the Cancer, like Pushya nakshatra, things like that. So these guys have the Mars determination. Mars is willpower to come out on any kind of situation, because a soldier, no matter how down it is, it's always willing to fight. It's never willing to show you its weak side. And that's what happens with this nakshatra. They're not able to show the weak side. They naturally show the positive side most of the time. So guys, this was my analysis on the Dhanishta nakshatra, and hopefully you just gain certain knowledge. If you're new here, to see why two zodiac signs might be thinking differently. You know, we'll do the further degrees of Aquarius tomorrow. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe above, because a lot of this cool stuff coming soon, you know, every day, most likely. And if you want to know more about astrology and its secrets, check out my link below. Check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light. It will show you who you really are, and you're not just your sun sign. All right, see ya.